yesterday in the White House while talking to reporters from the New York Times, specifically reporter Katie Rogers. Donald Trump didn't remember promising tariff rebate checks to Americans, which he has done on multiple occasions. Most recently in November, he got on Truth Social and said that a dividend of $2,000 per person, assuming you meet the certain income thresholds, would be coming. He said anybody who doesn't like tariffs is a fool. And this was all, by the way, from that one post in November. But he had promised the $2,000 tariff rebate checks multiple times before that, and he has done it multiple times after that. So Katie Rogers with the New York Times asked Donald Trump to his face in the Oval Office, point blank, quote, "You've promised $2,000 checks to Americans based off of your tariff revenues. When can they expect those?" And old Dementia Donnie said, "I did that? When did I do that? When did I do that?" And then she said, "Well, I mean, you're..." And then he interjected and said, "Yeah, I'm thinking, well, I did 1,776 for the military," which, as we all know, was actually just a housing stipend that he rebranded into some kind of, bonus, which wasn't a bonus. It was actually the money they were already owed. But he didn't remember the tariff rebate checks. And then after Katie Rogers kind of jogged his memory a little bit, he said, "Well, I am going to. The tariff money is so substantial. That's coming in that I'll be able to do $2,000 sometime. I would say toward the end of the year." So all you MAGA folks out there that may think like, "Oh boy, I'm getting my $2,000 rebate check. Hooey." No, you're not. He doesn't even remember promising it to you. Even though, again, he did it multiple times. The check is not in the mail. The check is not coming. It'll show up right around the time when those, Doge rebate checks show up, right? I mean, that was the first check that Donald Trump's administration had promised. Then it was the tariff rebate checks. He's not going to give you anything. And as I've pointed out in the past, even if he does, it still doesn't even amount to the amount of money that you have lost due to price increases that you've paid because of the tariffs. You're getting back a tiny fraction, if you ever do, which I don't think you will, of what you've lost. And he wants to do it right before the midterms to try to bribe people into voting for Republicans. This whole thing is so insanely transparent that I don't see how anyone could be stupid enough to fall for it. Even with all the stupidity we have seen from these MAGA followers being duped at every single turn, even y'all gotta see why this isn't going to happen. And that's, of course, just the one side of it. The other side is we have a president of the United States that is exhibiting signs of dementia daily now. It's daily. It's not, once a week he does a thing. This is now happening daily because it is accelerating, and it is accelerating rapidly. Why? Well, because as I've pointed out a million times in the past, when he undergoes periods of intense stress like he is right now, his mental state gets worse. And every time it gets worse, whatever it kind of drops to becomes the new baseline. That's the new normal. It never gets better again. It just stays at that level until it gets crazier and drops even lower. So the Trump we see today is the most sane, the most mentally put together that we will ever see him again. And I hope everybody understands that. But he is under this stress. He's terrified of being impeached when the Democrats win the midterms. He has no idea what he's doing with Venezuela. He is losing his mind over Greenland. He is freaking out about polls. The ICE killing has absolutely pushed him over the edge. He hates Pam Bondi. He hates Kristi Noem. And all of that stress is causing his brain to rapidly decay. And that's what we're witnessing happening in real time right now. From Roman numeral 4 says, if Donnie Dimwit really viewed Russia as a threat to Greenland, he'd impose sanctions on them, but we all know why he wouldn't dare cross his owner. I agree. Dawn Whitehead says, good morning, Farron, and to everyone else. Thank you very much. And Skeet Sayre says, nothing new here. Does anyone forget his grocery money? Yeah, I do think a lot of what Donald Trump says and does and then repeatedly says and then forgets that he says, this is a man, and I'm glad you brought up the grocery thing, he doesn't understand groceries. He thinks he coined the term grocery. He doesn't understand how much groceries cost. I don't know that he's ever legitimately had to be the one to take the shopping list and go to a grocery store ever in his life. So thank you for kind of reminding me about using the term grocery, which again, Donald Trump says that he created that word. Nobody was using that word. I used the word and everybody uses the word grocery. It's dementia and a little bit of insanity too. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.